Hey guys, today I am filming my first wedding Q&A, which I'm so excited about. I just told Brian I was filming this video and he was like, we don't even have anything planned. What are you gonna talk about? And I was like, my Pinterest board says otherwise, so. I haven't given you guys many updates or talked about it really since we got engaged back in May, and that's because we have a lot of things going on behind the scenes. We are trying to buy a house, which updates on that are coming very soon, but we have started to slowly start thinking about wedding plans and what we want to do. And obviously, given the COVID situation, it's extremely difficult to decide on anything right now, but I do want to talk about the things I'm excited about and share some of the details that we do have figured out so far. So I asked you guys to send me your questions on Instagram and YouTube, and I have a bunch of them written down, and I just want to get into things and talk about the wedding, which is surreal. This feels weird. I can't believe I'm actually filming this video. What the fuck? So let's just jump right into the questions. I'm gonna do the ones from YouTube first. This was from Kim. She said, if you were to pick your walk down the aisle song and your first dance song, which songs would you pick? So we haven't ironed out those details yet, but there's one that I do want for walking down the aisle, and then for first dance, it's most likely gonna be a song by Griffin, who's one of my favorite artists. Okay, Sarangelis Reyes said, are you planning on using a wedding planner or doing it all on your own? And if you do it on your own, what do you think is gonna be the hardest part? So no, I don't plan on using a wedding planner. I'm extremely type A, very organized. I downloaded the Knot app, which is supposed to help you. So I'm gonna do it all on my own, and the thing I think is gonna be the hardest, personally, is gonna be deciding who sits where and picking like the tables. That stresses me out. Okay, Claudia Vasquez had a couple questions. Number one, are you doing an engagement party? At this point, no, because I just don't even know when we'd be able to get friends and family together. Like, I just feel like until a vaccine exists for COVID, it's gonna be really hard to do any indoor gatherings, so I don't think we're gonna do an engagement party. She said, would you consider getting married in a date with sequence numbers, something like 1, 21, 21, or 12, 12, 21? I love where your head's at. You guys know I'm very into angel numbers and I'm very spiritual, so I wouldn't rule that out, but honestly, it's gonna be whatever the venue has available because I feel like it's gonna be slim pickings. Okay, Chloe Solar said, is he into EDM too, considering your love for it and that it's kind of your job? Do you think it's important to share this kind of pleasure with him? So he does like some songs, but he's not like super into EDM like I am. Will we incorporate it into the wedding? Probably here and there, like subtly, but it's nothing like crazy over the top, like rave themed. Just Jocelyn said, what was the moment when you knew he was the one? Also, will you be doing your own makeup? Okay, the makeup question, I'm not sure. I really do want to do it because I am so specific and I know how to do my makeup well. However, I'm gonna do some bridal makeup trials just to see, because I feel like it would be less stressful to have someone else do it. So we'll see. And when did I know he was the one? I knew early on. I think I knew before he knew, but I would say like a couple months into dating. It was very fast. We started dating, we made it official like a month in. We said I love you a week after we made it official, and then we planned a trip to Paris together within the first 6 months of our trip. So I knew like within the first few months that it was it. We had some serious talks from the very beginning. So yeah, we kind of just knew. Christine Cassian said, would he/you be open to going to EDC to have an EDC wedding ceremony/meetup separate from your actual wedding? Honestly, no, because I just don't see Brian ever going to EDC. It's like music festivals are not his cup of tea. So no, I don't see that happening. Eco R1 said rave theme wedding. Definitely not. Again, there will be little aspects of it, but not the theme. Cassie said, if money was no object, what would your dream wedding plans be? Wow, I've literally never even thought about that. I don't know. My idea of a wedding, to be honest with you guys, has changed as I've gotten older and as this COVID situation has evolved. Like, it really makes you realize what's important to you. And I used to think like I wanted this big crazy wedding, and now that we're both 29 and at that point of getting married we'll probably be in our 30s, like I kind of want it to be smaller and intimate and with really close friends and family. And if money was no object, I guess I'd have like a really good DJ and like a nicer venue. But other than that, I don't know. Like I'm kind of frugal when it comes to this, so it'll be interesting. Okay, and Natalie Perez, last one from YouTube, said, is your wedding gonna be small due to COVID? Are you guys planning to wait until things hopefully calm down to have a bigger family wedding? And how did you decide whether you wanted to go small or large? So yeah, that's been the biggest question for me. Like, how do you plan a wedding during COVID? Like, I've seen friends, family friends have to postpone or cancel their wedding or change their plans, and it's been such a headache for the wedding industry, and I genuinely feel so bad for brides and grooms, like who had dreamed of having a wedding and like now have to change their plans. So we're gonna plan it far enough out so that we're hopefully safe and can just do the wedding we wanted to have. And again, it's probably like medium, small medium. But we are gonna wait until hopefully this COVID situation is over. And she said, are you guys making honeymoon plans? Anytime I bring it up, we're both like, it's way too soon to think about it, but we do have ideas of like what we'd kind of want to do. We both have always wanted to stay somewhere in one of those like bungalows that sits on top of the water. So any resorts or like all-inclusives that have like over the water bungalows, we're looking at that kind of honeymoon. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to Instagram, you guys. So at Waits, Plates, and Rave Dates said, do you know what season you want to get married in? So again, up in the air. I always wanted to be a fall bride because I'm obsessed with the fall, I'm obsessed with Halloween, but given the situation, like I'm obviously filming this August 1st, 2020, it's looking like it's gonna be winter 2022 at this point, so that it's far enough out that hopefully we'll be in the clear. So season winter, most likely, which also, this is probably answering some questions down the line, kind of fits in with my aesthetic for the wedding. It would only make sense in winter or fall. And then at Waits, Plates, and Rave Dates said, are there any traditions you guys aren't gonna do, like the bouquet toss? We haven't talked about that at all. Like we've been to other friends' weddings and seen what we liked and don't like. I would be down for the bouquet toss. I don't think I'm into like the garter removing thing, and what else is traditional? I guess like a church wedding. Like I don't want to get married in a church. We're both not like really religious, so yeah, we don't want like a super long religious ceremony. At D_Damo said, what would be your wedding colors? We haven't talked about that yet and figured it out, but Brian knows I like really dark colors. Like I like black and like wine or like burgundy and gold, so definitely like a darker, kind of more romantic color scheme. At Lauren Falch _ said, what's your dream venue? I don't have a dream venue. Like, I feel like I'm not like a psycho bride. Like I'm pretty easygoing. There are certain things I'm gonna be particular about, but I don't know. We're pretty much looking at venues in New Jersey, which is where we live. And it just like, honestly, it depends on how expensive things are. Sorry, that's a boring answer. I got a lot of these questions. At Casey Russo said, in what month, season do you want to get married in color theme? Yeah, so definitely winter and that darker color scheme. I think it's called Italian Gothic. From doing my research, I think that's what it's called. So if you look up Italian Gothic, that's kind of like what I'm going for. Mary and Sophie said, how are you incorporating EDM into your wedding? So again, we're both big on a DJ. We definitely know we want a DJ. So I'm probably gonna slide that team a list and be like, you guys have to play these songs. So definitely gonna be very particular about the music. Other than that, I kind of want a neon sign incorporated somewhere, but that's all I can really picture being incorporated. At MTZ_Yanet said, what was your dream wedding before your engagement and what is it now if that's changed? That's a really good question. Like I said, I had a Pinterest board going for a long time from when Brian and I started dating, so I always had like my aesthetic in mind, but my dream wedding, honestly, like a couple years ago or pre-COVID might have been bigger, and now honestly, again, as we're getting older, I'd rather it be a smaller, like maybe 125 to 100 person guest list. And I feel like in the past, I thought it was gonna be like 2 to 250. Like that gives me anxiety thinking about that many people. We also toyed around with the idea of going somewhere else rather than New Jersey, because again, we just weren't sure like if we wanted to wait a really long time to get married or if we'd rather like do a destination kind of thing. I'm obsessed with Savannah. I know some of you guys might know that about me. So I did consider doing a wedding in Savannah, but I feel like it complicates things when you plan something as a destination wedding, and I feel like you can't invite as many people, but we've thought about it. At Linz_A said, how many guests are you all planning to have? I know that's a huge factor to consider. Yeah, so we're doing our list right now. Like if you break it into steps, we really haven't done much because again, we're focusing on purchasing a house right now, but we've started our wedding guest list, and as soon as we have a head count, we're gonna start to look at venues because I have a couple in mind. But right now it's looking like max 150 if we even hit that. Ruby Dragon 78 said, thoughts on your bridesmaid's dress color? This is the one thing I cannot nail down, and I haven't asked my bridesmaids to be bridesmaids yet, but I very much will take into consideration like what they're comfortable in, what they look good in, so like that's gonna be a huge factor to me. So I don't know, it depends. I thought about black, I thought about like a burgundy wine kind of color, and I've thought about gold and doing like full-blown sequins, beading, so I don't know yet. Oh my god, it's meme said festival theme, haha, maybe fireworks. Yeah, definitely not, but I think I'm gonna try and incorporate something into like a photo booth. That'll be the time for that. Maybe I'll bring all my wigs and everybody can put my wigs on. At Shekel13, chosen a venue, nope, that's gonna be like step number 2. Honestly, if any of you guys watching are planning a wedding, definitely leave me comments down below, or like let me know how this process has been for you, because to me, to be completely honest with you guys, and I've told Brian this, the thing that's giving me the most anxiety is that everybody who was supposed to get married this year is postponing their weddings. So I'm just really afraid I'm gonna fall in love with the venue and they're gonna be like, yeah, we don't have dates available until 2023. So that's like what's stressing me out the most, and that's why I want to lock down a venue relatively soon. But on the flip side, we are picking winter, which is off season and it's usually cheaper, and some people just don't like to get married in winter. I think it's more romantic and intimate. I've never been a spring or summer girl. Like, that doesn't appeal to me at all. I feel like I would be too hot, and like, again, my aesthetic is very dark. So I feel like that might work in our favor, but we'll see. At the Katie Rick said, how are you handling others giving you unsolicited advice about your wedding? That hasn't happened at all. Again, like, we haven't really planned anything yet, so it hasn't come yet, but so far I feel like people have been helpful, or they're just like, how is it going? And I'm like, it's not going at all. At It's Becky said, indoor or outdoor wedding. At this point, since it's winter, it'll be indoor. And then she said, dress style, color, theme, reception, or rave-ception. I've never heard of that, but I love that idea, rave-ception, that's amazing. Dress style will be a secret. I know the style I like and what I want to see myself in, but I haven't done any dress shopping yet, and that will probably come in the fall. That actually might be the thing I'm the most excited about. That's like one of those basic girl moments where like I actually have dreamed about wedding dress shopping since I was like very little. So I want to make the most out of that and try on a lot of dresses. And I want to go to Kleinfeld's as well. My sister-in-law worked there, so we're definitely going to be making a trip at some point. At Misty Hammock said, is there a venue you've thought about using before you even got engaged? So I guess so. Like, I kind of knew we were going to get engaged soon. So within this last year, I had started looking at venues, but nothing was really nailed down yet. And then now I have like 3 in mind that I want to go look at. At A Theron said, will you be keeping or changing your last name? I will 100% be changing it. I cannot wait to get married to him and take his last name. I'm very excited about it. On social media, we've talked about this. I will be keeping my name, Emma Kapotes, because I already told him, I was like, everybody knows me as that and the search traffic is there, so I'm keeping Emma Kapotes on all social media, but legally I will change my name to his last name. At Atherin also said, since you're a content creator, will you be hiring a videographer? If so, who? No idea who, haven't done that research yet. Some friends who have been married, my brother, have, you know, recommendations, but 100%, I feel like that's where your money should go. I feel like nailing the photographer and the videographer is like a huge part, because that can kind of like make or break your wedding experience. That, food, and the DJ, I feel like are really, really big. I'm still debating if I'm gonna vlog the day. Like, the content creator in me is like, you should do it. Like, you should totally vlog your wedding day. That would be so awesome. And then I'm like, but in reality, am I gonna have time? And am I gonna remember? Is it gonna be stressful? I don't know. I'm gonna bring my camera anyway, and we'll just see how it goes. At M Schneider 006, would you elope? No, but my dad is convinced that we should. So he doesn't have to pay for anything. And at Tara Freeze, last question. She's my best friend. She goes, what color dress am I gonna be wearing? Tara already knows she's gonna be at my wedding party, but I don't know what your dress color is gonna be yet. We gotta talk about it. So anyway, you guys, that was my first wedding Q&A. I hope that gives you a little of an idea of what I'm thinking. Again, no plans have been made. We are taking things very slowly. We want to give ourselves enough time, and you honestly can't really book anything right now. I feel like contracts are so up in the air with COVID. Like, we wouldn't want to get stuck with something and then have to pay for it and then back out of it later, and we don't want to have to postpone our date. So we're trying to pick something that's far enough out, and it really is stressful. It adds a lot to the equation that wouldn't normally be there. So again, any of you guys planning a wedding right now, my heart is with you. It's a very stressful process, but I'll keep you guys posted as things happen, and let me know down in the comments if you want more wedding videos, because I'm happy to show you like the process, and I will definitely be doing makeup videos and all of that fun stuff. So you guys will be coming along for the ride. Anyway, you guys, give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you are new here, if you've watched a couple videos or you really enjoyed this one, I would absolutely love it if you would hit that subscribe button down below. Anyways, thanks for watching to the end here. If you guys made it, leave a little engagement ring emoji down below in the comments. And that's all I've got for you guys today. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.